This is brought to you by channel IHB1020. I'm back with a second thought, a second part on the divinity of the black woman. I know it's on my page right now, but I know I can break this shit down better. But I talked about in the Bible, it speaks of the woman being the reason for the fall of mankind. And I said if you go study the Hebrew, that's not what that means. It's about the leaders that they translated as Eve and made us think it was a woman, and the followers that they translated as Adam. Because why else would a man, after God told him and he know better not to fuck with that, why else would he do it? If she come to him, hey man, this shit is good, you can go on, good for the taste shot. No, nigga, come on, man. God told us not to fuck with that. Bitch, you need to sit down, shut up. No, that's not what that means. And this is how they got us focused on the woman, not trusting the woman, not believing her divinity, but not paying attention to our motherfucking leaders. Because them the ones crossing us out more than anybody. Them the ones selling us out, telling us go this way, go that way, knowing this shit is not good for us. Right? Since the coming of Christianity into Africa, they've been telling this lie. And I said in the first part, this is the cess mentality that's ruling right now today, that the woman is not fit for rulership. And he believes she is not fit for whatever reason. But I think that's fit the white man more than anything. Because that's why he the unmelanated man. That's why he dragged that bitch around like that. Go read the history. Because he don't trust her. But most of all, he don't know how to cultivate her divinity. We knew how. He don't know how to do it. We didn't show them how. I think that's one of the things we left out of all the things we showed them niggas. I don't think we showed them how to cultivate a woman's divinity. How to bring that shit out. You could take a little girl and you can bring that shit out. Because according to our story, and I think our ancestors in all their wisdom understood. You think it's half-say black woman that right now today, that we so-called say the black man is dead? Huh? You think right now today you saying this nigga is weak, effeminate? You think this is just for half-say and you can put this story together and it match our story right now today? No, our ancestors understood what we was gonna go through. And they knew you are the source. This is why my focus is on y'all. You are the fucking source. You are the only way we gonna be able to get up. Without you, it ain't gonna happen. Because their focus is on the black man. They trying to remove him out the fucking way. They've been removing him. I told y'all, maybe I didn't. And I know I recorded a video I don't think I dropped yet. Since integration, they begin to eliminate the fathers out the house. And they brought in the daddy. You know a daddy. He's just a daddy. He's there for the money. He's not there for being a father. And protecting the woman. And protecting the kids from seeing this bullshit or going through this bullshit. But my focus is proving your divinity and hope you go back and pick up our book, hoping you put down that fucking Bible, because I don't understand, black woman. Why would you hold on to a book that says you are the cause for the falls of mankind? Why? When you know in our history, that's a motherfucking lie. Study the story of Cleopatra. Study the story of Cleopatra or Nefertiti or any one of them. And you would see the great shit they did. Cleopatra, I said it in the story. I'm going to take that down because I'm breaking it down a little better. Cleopatra held back the onslaught of Europe. Not just Rome, Europe. Held them niggas back because they've been trying to attack. They've been trying to get in. She went up there and held them niggas back. And this is what the black woman has been doing for the longest for us, black men. Holding this whatever you want to call it, slavery. I don't want to call it slavery. We are captives of war. Holding the white man back from fucking over us. She had to sacrifice her body during what you can call slavery to keep this nigga off us in whatever way she can. But right now, today, you are out of line and they got you out of line. It was on purpose. They did this because they need you out of line. They don't need us to trust you. They don't need us to trust you and believe in your divinity. And a lot of men believe his foot belong on you. And if you go back to that story, I said that story, that ain't what that mean. But even if it kind of did, let's talk about this part. Even if it didn't, that ain't what it mean. Before the so-called fall of mankind, who was ruling over who? I'm just saying. Before that, in that story, it said have dominion to man and woman over everything. You don't have dominion over the woman. You protect her. You protect her from the bullshit. Because she's going to carry the child. And in carrying the child, all her emotions, all her beliefs is passed down to that kid. This is why little girls and little boys, if you put dolls in front of them, boys, which one is stronger, Superman or what you call it? Superman. Which one is prettier, the white doll or the black doll? The white doll. That shit is because they didn't put it in your mind. I believe our children are coming out already like this. And this is why I believe they're coming out already like this, black woman, is because, let's go back to the Bible. And in the Bible, it's a story about Jacob, right? And in this fucking story, Jacob is in tune with his uncle. And his uncle ended up saying, hey, man, the cattle we got, hey, if it come out a certain way, blemish, you get to have it. You get the fucked up cattle. And I get the good cattle. And Jacob was smart enough to put something in the drinking water that caused the cattle to be more blemished than anything. So Jacob's cattle grew. And if you think, black woman, cattle mean livestock, horses, cows. No, bitch. I got to be strict because I need you to listen. We need you to listen. The black man needs you to listen. Your sons need you to listen. No, bitch, that's not what that means. It was about people like us. People. He was putting shit in the water. And if you think it's talking about drinking water, like physical water, no, babe. Jesus talked about that. That shit go in and go out the trout, man. Fuck that shit. You talking about this spiritual water. They are putting shit in the water, making us come out a certain way. I'm telling you, in the 50s, we weren't sold live. No, we were sold. And they divided, they chopped us up just like they chopped up Africa and decided, you gonna get this part, you gonna get this part, you gonna get this part, you gonna get, man, in the 50s or the 60s, wherever integration came in. This is why I'm explaining, this is why I'm breaking down that since integration, the black man had fell behind the black woman. Before integration, the black man graduated more than the black woman. He attended college more than the black woman. He did all these things more, but since integration, come on, black woman, pull back and think. It got to be something going on through school. It got to be something going on that motherfucking TV. Because how does man, your counterpart, outdo you? Not by much. Go read his, it wasn't by much. It was by a little bit. But he was outdoing you. Then all of a sudden, here comes integration. And he fall behind. He's not graduating that much. He's not attending college that much. Where is he going? Prison. Who benefits more of the criminalization of the black man? Think about the black woman, the state. Who benefits more off of the sexualization of the black woman? Be honest, black woman, the church. Say what the fuck you want to say. This is real spiel right here. Who benefits more off of the sexualization of the black woman? The fucking church. So if they know they benefit off of, they're trying to turn hoes out as quick as possible. We already know, ain't nobody turning out a hoe like a pimp. Oh man, this nigga, he's shrewd with this shit. I done been there. I'm not gonna lie. But what I'm trying to show you, black woman, is what's going on. That way you can pull back and say, hold up, this is a bunch of bullshit. They brought us religion. We didn't know shit about religion. That's why right now today, the children of the day saying, I'm spiritual. Fuck religion. We were spiritual. We didn't know shit about religion. Jesus had a problem with legion. Didn't he? Who are you, nigga? I'm legion. So here come the religion and shit. Just think about it. You gotta pull back, black woman. You gotta pull back and think about what's going on. How does the black man who was graduating, leading you more than you, attending college more than you, then all of a sudden they bring in integration and he fall behind you? Think about this. Grandma was having 19, 20 kids. I'm trying to prove that we have been programmed. You have been programmed. They putting shit in the drinking water. Not no motherfucking physical water. They putting shit in the spiritual water. Grandma had 19, 20 kids. Then all of a sudden, right now today, you ask a black woman how many kids she want. I want 2, a boy and a girl. Ain't nobody forced you to say that. Why is you saying that? Why you can get a bunch of black women together and man, I believe over 60% gonna say I just want 2 kids. That was the goal. In before integration, you gotta realize this is something we haven't thought about. We haven't talked about this shit. Black people. They outlawed segregation in school in the 50s. The early 50s. So what was niggas marching for in the mid and late 60s? Think about it, niggas. Think about it, black woman. They outlawed segregation in school in the early 50s. What the fuck was they marching for? They needed role players. They needed role players. And in getting those role players, we're going to give y'all a piece of this pie. I don't give a fuck. This is the truth. This is real spill. We're going to give y'all a piece of the pie. And who assisted more than anybody in integration? The church. I don't give a fuck. This is real spill, and we need to quit bullshitting around here. The motherfucking church assisted. Just think about it. Just think about this, black woman. Why couldn't the church, people of the church, go to God's book, the Bible, which they say is the Bible, or the Quran, and say, y'all wrong for what y'all did? Why couldn't they go to that motherfucking book and say, y'all are wrong for the shit y'all been doing? They couldn't go to that book. Because the church is doing the same shit. Just hear me out. They couldn't use that book. They had to go to what the fuck they call that? Constitution? They had to use that to get him to pull back. This is why white families, white people, and we be making fun of them, teach their kids, they give them their room and say, this is your privacy. This is your personal property, and I have no right to evade that because the Constitution says that. So they're preparing them for the world. This is why when you pull up on the police, they can say, hey, nigga, you invading my privacy. And the Constitution said this is against the law, and these motherfuckers believe that shit. Okay, let me pull back. Because you know the law, our law. And that's real. But what I'm trying to show you, black woman, to waken you, to hope you pull back from these books. Why would you hold on to a book that's telling you that you are the cause? And you know our history. You know our history, that you are the cause for the fall of mankind. For real. Where in our history? Except for right now today. Because you are assisting in feminizing the black man. You are assisting. You don't want him spreading. You don't want him growing and being, like the book say, if you believe in it, that book say, be fruitful and multiply. You don't want that nigga doing that. Why? Why don't you, they don't want you wanting him doing that. They need, and why are you doing it? Why? And I'm trying to show you, if you go back to our story, that story is old and ancient. And it's trying to show you this is going to happen, black woman. You got to give, they took his reproduction. You think it's hapsay that they was able to find in that story of Isis, Esau and Seth, who chopped his brother up. And when Isis got him and put him back together, only thing she couldn't find was his reproductive organ. You think that's hapsay? Think about it, black woman, that it's not fucking hapsay. They made sure you don't get this reproduction organ back. And the only person that can give you this motherfucking reproductive organ back is the black woman. But we gonna make sure she don't do it. Because it's strength in numbers, black woman. Why you think they nervous about the Mexicans? They serious about reproduction. Why you think they nervous about the Mexicans? And I love them. I have no problem with the Mexicans. I'm all for the Mexicans. Because the Mexicans remember. They smart. We remember, yeah, y'all got us in San Jacinto. Yeah, you bitches kicked our ass in Alamo. But they remember, they said, we're going to get Texas back without a fight. Without a really war. And they getting this shit back. Because they are raising their children with the knowledge of what happened. They're raising their men. I done ran into a lot of Mexican women that done told me out of their mouth. My daddy, my father raised me, stick to your people. Do for your people before you do for anybody. Which one of y'all are raising your children, black man, black woman, to tell them do for your people first, for anybody? So they being raised right. And I'm trying to show you in that story that our ancestors left us, black women. You are the only way we're going to raise up out of this bullshit. You got to pull back from these books that's telling you ain't shit. Because you got a whole book that says you are. That says you're divine. That says, and think about it. How in the fuck does that book say, our book say, that's old and ancient, way before the Bible, way before the inception, the construction of the Bible? It says that you are the one that put man back and resurrected him. Now all of a sudden, in their book it says, a God did it. Some mystic God, did it and resurrected Jesus. Think about it. How did the story change and why did they change it like that? See, the Vatican, all these motherfucking churches, guess what they got? They got all the books that we had. And I'm saying we knew how to cultivate the divinity of the woman. We knew how to cultivate it. And I'm saying this is why right now, and I proved it with a female I was dealing with. I don't have to break you to get you to be feminine. I can lead, I can show you a way, and I hope she don't tell nobody. I can show you how to lead you into getting back into that feminine essence. But the Bible, because the white man, we didn't show them how to cultivate that divinity. We didn't show him how to bring that out. He don't believe in that. That's why he dragged that bitch like he do. That's why he handled that bitch like he do. That's why he blocking that bitch from equal rights. He don't believe in her having that. That's that sex mentality that's ruling right now today. But if you study our book, it says you are divine. And you had divine images to reflect. Why in religion right now today there are no divine images for you to reflect? The images for you to try to look like. This is why you moving like a man. This is why you reflecting his light. But you have a light. Because they say the woman is from the moon. She controls the emotions of man. And you know you can. You know you can stir that nigga up, or you can, you know you can. You can make that nigga bust you in your motherfucking head. You know it. But that is not your fucking duty. And because of that Bible, or the Quran that's saying you are the father, you are unaccountable. I'm a ratchet motherfucker anyway. And that is not your duty, black woman. Your duty right now today, and this time right now today, is to put the black man back together and give him his reproduction organ. Let him reproduce. That is your duty right now today. Put him back together. Not just your man. Black men as a whole. Put him back together. And give him back his reproduction organ. Because again, it ain't have to say that is the only thing they couldn't find. They found this brain, they found this arm, they found this finger, they found this foot, they found every fucking thing but his reproduction organ. And the only person that can give him that motherfucking reproduction organ is the black divine woman. This is why you gotta get in touch with your divinity. And you gotta give it back to your son. And you gotta tell your son, don't let a woman take this from you. Because this is your power. This is your power. Because if you're righteous, just think about this. This is why so many black women, or women, when they run into a pimp, they trying to get this nigga to have sex because they know that mentality, that mind state, that's a good mind state to reproduce. Let's go to the animal kingdom. Just hear me out. Think about what I'm saying. In the animal kingdom, we watch TV. When somebody challenged I didn't watch all of them. I don't know about the tigers, the lions. I didn't watch the hippos and so forth. When somebody challenged the leader of the pack, and they fight, right? After the fight is over with, the leader, when he won, guess what he go do? He go fuck something. He go mate, because guess what? That mentality, that vibration that dominant thing right there that's running, that's the best motherfucking time to or mate, because he's trying to create another him. And what he's not blocking this other motherfucker from ruling. He's trying to show him, nigga, you're not fit for rulership unless you gonna die for the whole motherfucking tribe, nigga. If you're not gonna fight to the death, you're not fit for this shit. And he'll bow down. If you watch him, he'll bow down when he finally finds somebody that's willing to fight for the death. You fit to hold down the tribe, nigga. He's raising his children, because them his children. He's raising them. Right, you got to fight for the whole. And this is our motherfucking problem. We don't believe in the whole. They done broke us up. I'm telling you, since integration, they broke us up. They decided some people gonna go here, some people gonna go here. The church gonna get some motherfuckers, the state gonna get some motherfuckers, and they putting it in the water. I'm just think about it. I know some of this shit might be over y'all head, black woman, but they're putting it in the water. This is how the black woman is coming out sexualized. This is how the black man is coming out criminalized. They're putting it in the water. What do you think that movie Power with Tyreek is doing to a little boy? You don't think he gonna try to reflect that shit? Just think about it. Pull back and think. A little boy watching that shit. What do you think Tyler Perry movies would do to a little girl that's growing up watching all these movies? Man, a black man ain't shit. Why do you think people come from these motherfucking foreign countries and don't trust black men? Because they feel like that shit on TV, because the mind cannot differentiate the difference between real and false. They seeing this TV and they think that's how we really is. Man, you'll drag your woman out the house and throw her out like that? For real, nigga? This is how you'll leave your fucking kids, nigga? For real, nigga? I'm just trying to show you, black woman. According to our story, you are divine. And in your divineness, you resurrected the black man. Not only did you resurrect him, you couldn't find his reproductive organ, because I guess they made sure that you don't get that fat nigga. But the only person that can give him back that fucking reproduction organ is the black woman. And until you do that, black woman, and until you start raising your sons, your kids with the knowledge of everything that didn't happen to us and everything that's really going on, showing them, nigga, look in this Bible, this is what it's saying, that I'm the cause, this is bullshit. Look in this Bible and this is what it's saying, this is bullshit too. All this shit is bullshit. You gotta show him. You gotta show your sons. This is bullshit, nigga, and you gotta get up, nigga, and avenge us for this bullshit that didn't happen to us. Go read our story. Go study our book. And it'll show you your divinity. And that way you can defend yourself. And ain't no nigga gonna be able to come say, you ain't fit to raise no son. What? You ain't fit to raise no boy. What? It's right there in the book. It says I raised my fucking son by myself. Because my husband brother killed him. And I had to raise him by myself. Not because I put him out. Not because I kicked my nigga out. But because his brother killed him. So I was forced to do it. But I raised him right, and guess what he did after I raised him? He went and avenged us. He went and avenged us. Just hear me out, black woman. Peace.